My name is Jeff Morgan from Dallas, Texas. President Trump recently signed an executive order as of December the 20th, 2019. And in this executive order, he granted 12 weeks of paid parental leave for federal employees. Whether you are for that or against that is not really a concern of mine right now. I want to look at what he said as the reason for it. Because this 12 weeks of paid parental leave for federal employees, it ensures parents are not forced to choose between their jobs and spending precious time with their children. Strong and thriving families are the true source of America's success and the key to America's future. As the chief executive of our country's largest workforce, I am proud to say that our government is leading by example. Our federal government is leading by example in changing the culture of how we support working families. The new paid parental leave benefit will help ensure federal employees have the resources and support they need to raise healthy and happy families. Once again, it does not make a difference to me which side of this issue you are on, whether you are for the paid parental leave or whether you are against the paid parental leave. The important thing is the President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, has stated that his reason behind this executive order is so that we can have strong and thriving families. Strong and thriving families are the key to America's success, and they are also the key to America's future. So as president, he did not want to have people to have to choose between their job and their families. We need to have workplace policies, according to the president, that enable Americans to have strong families and not have to choose one over the other. When I thought about this, I thought, what a great policy this would be to have in the state of Texas. And I'm not talking about the paid parental leave. I'm talking about if the state of Texas truly embraced what the president here said, that strong and thriving families are the key to America's success and the key to America's future. Too often in Texas, we allow families to be destroyed at will. In our Texas Family Code, otherwise known as the Texas Anti-Family Code, 6.001, we have a provision that says on the petition of either spouse, a judge may grant the divorce without cause based solely on that person's petition. And the thing about the petition is that, number one, no evidence is needed. All the person has to do is complain and says, I want a divorce. And the judge may grant the divorce. But the second thing is this, the judge always, without exception, 100% of the time, grants the divorce, imposes the divorce, forces the divorce on a person who does not want the divorce. If there is a spouse in that marriage who does not want the divorce, if there are children of that family that do not want the divorce, the judge disregards them all. And our Texas anti-family attorneys, led by the illustrious Texas Anti-Family Lawless Foundation, they also thrive on destroying families. That's how they make the money. That's how they make their income. Now, some of these attorneys would claim to be Trump Republicans. And if they are Trump Republicans, why are they destroying families? Why are they not following the president's lead and actually saying we need strong and thriving families? They are the key to our success and the key to our future. These divorce attorneys, whether they are Democrat divorce attorneys or Republican divorce attorneys, are legislators, whether they are Republican legislators or Democrat legislators, are anti-family court judges, whether they are Republican or Democrat. They give divorce on demand. The Texas Anti-Family Code, again in 6.001, actually lays the foundation to undermine every single thing that the president is talking about. The president says that we need strong and healthy families. They are the success of America, and they are the key to our future. The Texas Anti-Family Code says, who needs families? If one person wants a divorce for any reason, for no reason, they can make up a reason, they can lie about a reason. The judge may, and the judge always, without exception, 100% of the time, does grant a divorce against the protest of a spouse who does not want it, against the protest of children who do not want it. Most children do not want to see their parents marriage and then divorce. Most children do not want to see their family destroyed. They want their parents to fix their marriage. They want the family to stay intact. When divorce takes place, divorce destroys our children's future. Now, these divorce attorneys talk about, we must look out for the best interest of the children in the midst of divorce. They are lying to you. They're lying to you blatantly. They're lying to you without shame. The best interest of the children is very rarely, if ever, served by divorce. The best interest of the child in almost every instance is to be raised in an intact family with his or her natural mother and father, period. They should be joined in a lifetime relationship. They should not be able to get divorced at will. One person should not be able to force divorce on the other spouse. Children should have a right to protest their parents' divorce. And if these family court judges who are looking out for the best interest of the children were really being honest, they would start denying divorces. They would say, wait a minute, the Texas Family Code does not say that I have to, that I must, that without exception, I absolutely, with no exceptions whatsoever, have to grant a divorce. They would say, well, I may, and guess what? I'm not going to. I may also order counseling, and I will order counseling, because the best interest of the child is almost always to be raised in an intact family with his or her natural mother and father, period. We hope also surrounded by strong extended family and by a society that supports the importance of marriage and family. In our Texas Anti-Family Code, the best interest of the child is mentioned about 140 times. And not once is it defined, and not once does it say that the best interest of the child is best served by parents remaining married, by children being raised in an intact family, by children seeing how parents work through conflict, not destroy marriages because of some conflict that may only be temporary. Not once does the Texas Anti-Family Code say that if it's a frivolous reason for divorce, we're going to deny the divorce. We are going to make sure that the family stays together. We'll provide some type of resources because we are looking out for the best interest of the child. The best interest of the child, once again, is not to see their parents divorce. Yesterday I was listening to a program and they were talking about the violence that we see in America and why has it escalated so much. Maybe the schools are at fault. Maybe this is at fault. Maybe that is at fault. In the Old Testament, God calls divorce violence. He likens it to bloodshed. When children see their parents committing this violence, this bloodshed, is it any wonder that that impacts and influences the rest of their life? And when we see our state backing divorce, backing this violence, backing this destruction, this bloodshed, and puts no obstacle in the way, none whatsoever, of stopping this, it is very hypocritical for us to say, well, look at what's happening to our society. We are enabling it. We are facilitating it. President Trump, I want to thank you. Thank you so much that in this executive order, you gave your reason for giving it. Americans should no longer be forced to choose between their jobs and spending precious time with their children. Strong and thriving families are the true source of America's success and the key to America's future. And I hope that in 2020, as we start the new year, that we would understand this as a society, that we would understand this in the state of Texas, and that we would cut through the nonsense and the lies that the anti-family lawyers are trying to impose upon us, and our legislators who refuse to address the issue of forced divorce, the destruction of families, that we would start to hold them accountable. And to the churches as well, I would hope that you would get a backbone, that you would not be as spineless as you have been. You need to start talking about the issue of divorce. Number one, the issue of forced divorce. Forced divorce, unilateral divorce, divorce on demand, which we call no-fault divorce. That's the marketing term. The reality is it is a violence. It is a bloodshed. It takes place on a daily basis, and you are not speaking about it. You will talk about abortion, rightly so, but you don't talk about the destruction of young children that takes place through divorce. Shame on you as the church for not doing so and for not being more active in this to help to repeal this ungodly, immoral, unjust 6.001 in the Texas Anti-Family Code, that on the petition of either spouse, for any reason, for no reason, for a made-up reason, the judge may, and the judge always does, grant a divorce. And in the meantime, it's not just a divorce between two people, it is the destruction of a family. 50-50 shared parenting may be a band-aid to try to help it, What the children need is 100-100 shared parenting. The children need both parents together in a lifelong committed relationship. They need to be raised by both parents, mother and father, both 100% parents, not two 50-50 parents. Two 100-100 parents, and they need to be surrounded by extended family that believes, that strives, that fights for the integrity and the value of the family, and that dismisses this nonsense, this garbage, that divorce somehow serves the best interest of the children. It is a lie, and it needs to be stopped. President Trump, once again, I thank you, because strong and thriving families are the true source of America's success. And when we abandon that, with a divorce-on-demand culture, we are abandoning the secret of our success, and we are also destroying America's future. Thank you.